Sorry, from the cow.
What's wrong with these people?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take it back a step.
Bumping on the cow then.
Yeah. So remember when you spell that one there and then you have a whack one, yeah. Give him a nice old whack right there.
Bloody hell, love. What the hell do you call that?
Proper behind there.
Food.
Charging phones.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's brilliant.
You're going to be battered by the end of the day, poor Joe, aren't you? But I'm not working for mood again.
So yeah, okay.
Happy with that?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, cool. We won't do that bit where what you're looking at. Fucking eat your breakfast. We'll just do some cutaways afterwards. So we'll just concentrate our efforts here then. So yeah. Let's just.
That's the thing, if you're happy. You can lower it down.
Should I change it to another shirt?
Sexy, oh, sexy.
Does he need to do the rest of the dialogue with that shirt still?
You don't want to run across town for something you don't need. What was it? The motivation for your character, Chris.
Okay, right then. So let's just rehearse the scene then, yeah?
Yes? How do you feel about that man?
About this one?
Good on a second, mate. So Joe, if you want to... I think he's
Yeah, I know.
Should these be closer?
Christ! Fucking hell! Derek, is it? Yeah, listen, I've got money for them photos, yeah? Whatever they are, you don't want to pass up the kind of money I can get you. Now steady on, mate. Whatever those photos look, they're certainly not worth...
Cool, cut, that was awesome, bro. Let's take it door, okay? So steady on, mate, and then push through to the door.
So steady on, mate, whatever those photos are worth then. Or...
So steady on, mate. Whatever those photos are worth, they're certainly not worth. Right, yeah. So you get to the door by, they're certainly not worth. Cool. Okay. Right.
Who's winching there? Sorted.
Hey, hey, you, come here. Hey, you, come here. Right.
Great, come back.
This one's going here. Hey, what's he doing?
I think those were the ones that took our biscuits.
It's just, and that's the thing, she's like,
Really, you should get the tape.
Do you mean he's willing? Is this what you're saying?
Tina, can you help?
Oh, sorry, am
Are you alright?
It's my head.
Yeah, your lovely hair.
You want me to do a story about you? I can get you the front page, yeah?
Come here, you front. Hey!
So Tina, tell us about the sexual performance.
Sexual performance, it wasn't very sexual at all.
Why
It was
not?
quite mechanical.
Why?
Because it's so over the top.
Did,
Just was it? Did you like it? Yeah. Just switched off, just went into character
yeah,
behind the mask.
behind the mask. Did you not feel a bit weird? Were you nervous?
No,
No,
didn't think about it.
just an average day, really.
Switched off.
Do you
just went,
two
yeah, just go for it.
you could do me a massive favour? When I'm doing spatula mark
Yeah.
in a minute, could you both distract Matt so that he's not timing me? So that
How are we going to distract him?
talk to him and then he won't think about how long
Talking
it's
about
taken.
what time we need to be in tomorrow.
You're better at this, you're an actress.
Will you distract him?
About you, I can get you the front page.
Come here, you front. Hey,
Page, yeah? Make up a lot of money easy with advertising and endorsement.
well, maybe he can pay for your frigging breakfast then, North.
That's Oh, Tigger, you absolutely nailed it on his cheek.
Did she properly whack him?
Wipe him down.
Yeah, let's.
Did you properly whack him?
Wanting me to write a story about you, I can get you the front page. The front
Where
page.
do you think you're Excuse me.
I can frustrate you to whatever you want, yeah? Make up that kind of money easy with
Oh, well,
endorsements
maybe
and
you can
advertising.
get him to pay for your frigging breakfast then, love.
Look, love, if you expect me to part with my hard-earned cash to pay for that flimsy excuse of a sandwich, I'd rather eat a lump of lard and a battered Mars bar for a tenner than eat that slop that currently resides in my trousers. Eric? Ah, you fucking hell!
Dick Van Dyke. You can scrape that fat off your cheek and have it for now. And piss off back to London where you came from, you wanker.
Eric! Eric!
Cut. Okay, I know this sounds a little strange, but can we take it back and you not have to say anything so we have a clean track? So, I'm going to give them a visual.
Piss off back to London where you came from, you wanker.
Eric! Eric! Eric!
Yeah, well maybe you can get him to play for Well maybe you can get him to pay for your frigging breakfast.
Look, love, you expect me to pay hard-earned cash to pay for that flimsy excuse for a sandwich? I'd rather eat a lump of lard and a battered Mars bar for a tenner than eat that slop that currently resides in my trousers. There it goes!
Listen.
Fucking hell!
Dick Van Dyke. You can scrape that fat off your cheek and have it for now. And piss off back to London where you came from, you wanker.
Fucking hell! Derek! Derek!
Okay, cool, great, let's get the reversal.
Filming as well.
Makeup soon.
Right, positions please.
That's my face, Tim.
Well, just for artistic sake, why not?
There you go, lovely.
No one feels bad.
So do you want to give us like a bit of a synopsis what Willpole's about?
The film is, it focuses more on the relationship between Daniel and Shelley, who unfortunately lost their husband and brother respectively. And then basically they're left a will, and in the will it stipulates that they can't inherit the money themselves. They have to give it to a family member of their choosing, which is either their immediate family members, which are son Jack and Derek, who is their cousin, who I suppose it kind of plays on the mind games between family members, builds up to an Act 3 resolution, which is well, a big secret.
So when did you first think of the idea, or when did you first write it?
Well, the actual idea came from a chap called Mike Holdsworth, who played the big boss in the last film that I made, New Blood. We sat down to lunch one time. It's just I was helping him with some show. I was working on something else at the time, and he asked me if I was short of any film ideas, and and he kind of said, "Oh, I've got an idea," and kind of half-heartedly I thought, "Okay, well, I'll listen to it." And he told me the idea, and initially, I don't know, it was an okay idea, but then we started to flesh it out, literally in that meeting in the pub, and we talked about it and thought about characters and situations that we could get into, and then it kind of developed from there, and that was about October, November last year.
Cool. Can you tell us a little bit about the characters? Kind of go through it and the people playing them.
Right, okay, at the core of the story you have Shelley and Daniel. Shelley is played by Emma Kennedy, and she's just lost her husband, and she's just lost her husband. The marriage hasn't been going well for a long time anyway, He's more concerned with going off and doing extreme sports, extreme zorbing in this instance, which is the reason why he's died. Yeah, she's in two minds as to how she feels about her son. She obviously loves him very deeply, but he kind of represents to her that part of her husband as well as herself, and so she feels quite conflicted. While there's a deep compassion there, yeah, she feels probably a bit compromised, and with the advent of his death as well, that probably adds a lot more pressure on. So she appears quite cold. Emma worked on a film of Matt Johns a couple of years ago called Cactus Selves, and she played quite a comedy role in that. And I thought it'd be quite interesting to see her on the other side of the coin, see how she plays dramatic, because she's quite a fun, outgoing personality anyway. And I've seen her do dramatic. Okay. Yeah, I've seen her do dramatic before, but never really in a film. So I thought it'd be quite interesting to see her do that, because I knew she could do it, but she's been really surpassing expectations in the meantime. So who else?
Daniel.
Daniel. Yeah, Ian Curley. Again, I saw Ian in a film that Matt Johns made a couple of years ago called The Returned, and I think really strong performance in that. I remember thinking, wow, crikey, he's got a great screen presence. And then I saw him recently in The Watcher, which kind of just confirmed all that really as to whether I wanted him involved or not. And luckily, he was up for the idea, so I went with it, and yeah, I haven't really looked back. The character he's playing, it's quite a complicated character really, because he obviously has had feelings for Shelley in the past, but he doesn't really. He obviously can't pursue that because she's married to his brother, and he's very loyal to family members, and again, it's a constant kind of battle for him and how he feels about her. But he's also lost his wife recently. Well, I say he's lost her. She left him and she took him to the cleaners. So he doesn't have a lot. So there's a lot of kind of themes that are running throughout between Shelley and Daniel. You have the aspects of should they, shouldn't they. The aspect of that he's lost everything, but his brother has everything. The fact that there's a bit of sexual tension between her and Shelley, and the fact that she has everything but she's not happy, so you don't really know kind of where they stand with each other, and that's really
right. Okay, and Sean,
all right, yeah.
Keeps starting and stopping again, basically the cars.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going.
Sean. Yeah, Sean. We did an open audition, and yeah, back then we wanted a little lad to play Jack. Although, yeah, it's always tough with kids, because you just don't know, if they're going to respond well to the material or not, because they're kids, I mean, they have a short attention span, and they don't look at material the same way that adults do, and you have to kind of hold their attention. So we thought it'd be best to go into the audition and have them do a bit of improv. Obviously, he has lines, which the parents were very good to go over them with. But more so, it was quite important for me to get a child who was responsive to impromptu dialogue. And in the audition, we played on that, and then even on the day, we tried to exploit that side of his performance. So when he arrived on set, we immediately put him to work with Alice and Ian. I just pulled those guys to one side and said, look, can you spend the next hour while we're prepping just playing with him, and basically whatever line that he will give will be based on, the fun that you guys have been having. You'd have a race, you'd play TIG, things like that. And again, I think that translates well. But equally on the other side, when he did have lines, he actually delivered them quite well as well. So yeah, we had a really nice balance there of kind of impromptu dialogue, ad-libbing, but also the important lines as well. He had that nice emotional intensity that you rarely find in children before.
And PC Sudbury.
PC Sudbury. It was quite an early decision actually.
I'm gonna maybe just got some idiot in the back of your phone. You're alright. Go on, sorry. Just start with PC Sudbury again.
Yeah, so PC Sudbury is played by Mark Pickering. Well, I've known Mark since I was a kid really. We were in Bugsy Malone Returns, years ago, and we were in the Full Monty, as don't ask. And yeah, and I've just known him for years, and again, I've just always wanted to work with him on a film or just anything really in this area. And I like hanging out with him as well. He's a good lad, but he's since an early age. Okay.
Yeah.
Since an early age, and he's had quite a prolific career post NYT, doing feature films and TV. Recently, yeah, I think when I was thinking about this part, I started to think about Mark doing it because I saw him play R. Wayne in Britain's Got the Pop Factor, and I didn't actually know how well he could dance, and I've been quite surprised actually in this early part of the process when we did the rehearsals, because he really got into it and he was very, well, he's excellent. And I guess, his performance-wise, he was pretty strong as well, and he needed someone like that with that experience to kind of pull off the deadpan nature of the character. He's brilliant. Yeah, really good.
And how's the shoot gone so far?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, it's. I think it's testament actually to how much hard work has gone into it. Not just from me, but from everyone, especially in the last month, 2 months when the production's really come together. Me and myself and Kate Murphy have been working on it since probably about January, February. We're in about draft 2 or 3. Back then, Kate was trying to pin me down to a draft, and I could never do that. Kept on coming up with new ideas. She hates me for that, I think. Can't say I blame her. And and those early stages of pre-production, it was just about kind of getting things in place and working out the budget, and trying to get the right people involved, getting the auditions sorted out, and getting the right crew and cast. And I think the way the shoot has progressed is testament to how much work went into that. Because generally, it's been going really well. The crew gelled really well. The cast, they know the material, and we've had fun with it and tried out some new ideas. And I feel that the cast and crew, personally, I think have kind of invested in the material, and they're not afraid to put in new ideas if they don't think something's working, and trying out new things, irrespective of how much time it takes. But thankfully, on that side as well, it hasn't been too problematic. We've had a couple of overruns today, for example, but yeah, last Sunday we overran a bit. But that was just because the actors believed in the material and they wanted to make it work, and so any changes that were made were because of that, basically. And it seemed to go quite well. So yeah, go on.
Any particular favourite shots or moments, performances?
We did quite a nice shot yesterday, actually, which I really liked, where Derek gets out the car. And in the background, Ian has nutted Judd. It was just a great comedy turn. I really enjoyed that because I can already see it playing out in slow motion. It was so well choreographed, and they got it in about 4 or 5 takes, but each take was priceless.
Any particular performances or lines?
It's hard to pin them down, really, just because everyone is so tight in it. Although I did quite like Mark's. No, but it's just the line. It's not the delivery, but it's just the line. I did quite like Mark's delivery of Extreme Zorbing. It did tickle me.
Thank you very much.